Hey, I'm back. Let's go for a ride in the Grom, okay? Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're probably wondering, what the hell are you doing riding the Grom? It's freaking February, aren't you supposed to be snowmobiling? Yeah, I know. And I wish I was snowmobiling too. But if you haven't noticed, or if you're watching this way long after the fact, winter 2023-2024, so yeah, it's currently February 2024, but yeah, we just didn't really have winter for more than I think week and a half, maybe two. So yeah, I had a shit ton of snow and it all melted away. So wanted to do a video. It's a nice enough day I could do a little Grom adventure. I literally have not even fired up the Grom until today, since the last time it was ridden was at Forgotten Angels Camp out in October. I am a terrible neglectful Grom owner, and it started up immediately. So thank you for that. I did order a bunch of new parts for it today, because of course, why wouldn't I? So that'll be a future video. I'm not gonna discuss that yet. But I feel like I owe you all a video, and especially a few particular things that I want to touch base on today. First and foremost, some of you that pay attention are probably like, hey, thought you had a hernia. Well, after spending hundreds of dollars and getting testing done, turns out I do not have a hernia. It was related to my blood pressure, so I was experiencing some symptoms when doing physically exerting things that in a location where you would expect to find an inguinal hernia, but there was none. It was just probably like a constriction of my blood vessels or arteries, one of those, I don't know. So, you know, down in the pubic region. Obviously part of that's weight related. I need to do better. I've been trying to do better. I'm on blood pressure meds now, so none of the weird symptoms I was having are back around anymore. So that's good. Check that off the list. No expensive surgeries, nothing weird like that. Yes, so that's good. Health, okay. Could be better. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Right now, still winter weight, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, been sitting around on my ass way too much. Thanks for, you know, lack of winter. Snowmobiling is a physically exerting thing, and I was hoping to be able to bridge the gap to spring by doing some of that. Anywho, so yeah, Grom, I got some upgrades to do on the Grom. Grom's fine. Oh, there's one thing I get asked about probably every other day by most of you that follow me. Where the hell is the Road King? What's the update on the Road King? Any update on the Road King? You fixed that Road King yet? I will tell you, I took it into the dealership. I was fed up with staring at it, fed up with talking about it and making no moves on it, fed up with a lot of things, and I'm not gonna lie, pretty nervous taking it to the dealership. I don't have it yet. Obviously, if I had it back, I'd be riding that right now instead of the Grom, but they have it for the next week or so. Depending on when I get this video edited, which I'm gonna try to do this week, I won't be getting the bike back until next week. Maybe. That was waiting on parts. They need to reassemble some things, but what parts they needed was exhaust valve. Yeah, he said there was a broken exhaust valve, and then he said two valves, so there must have been a broken intake valve too. So, or maybe I don't know enough about how valves work on this. So I'm pretty sure there's just an exhaust and an intake per cylinder, but he said valves. So that's on the front cylinder, and then had to order a valve seat and a valve spring. So for a low price of probably somewhere around $1,700, I'll have my Road King fixed and running again. Whee! That's awesome, right? Right? Yeah. There goes my tax return. That's what I've been telling people. Like, well, at least I just did my taxes, and that money will cover fix of repairing the bike via the dealership. But I want to dive into this topic more, because if you're not familiar, I literally have been without this bike, like without it being running, since July of 2023. So that's a long time to go with your main ride down. I tried a couple simple things, like a exhaust temperature sensor. I think Phil, that was like when it first broke down, he's like, hey, I had a similar thing happen. Replace that. It was a cheap part to replace, and it was probably due to be replaced based on mileage anyways. That was not it. And then Shelby reached out, was like, hey, let me know what you got going on. He suspected it was some wiring. It may still have an issue with the wiring, who knows, but seemingly the big picture issue that nobody else knew, because I mean, it's hard to diagnose the bike over the internet, let's just say, like over conversation without seeing the bike in person. So these were all, I mean, great suggestions and useful knowledge for the future anyways. But wasn't that, and that's okay. I appreciate my friends, and my bike will be back up and running. I'm just thankful I can afford to fix it. Now that leads to another question. Do I wish that I had fixed it sooner? I talked with the guys about this, and to be perfectly honest with you, I bought a house last year, so I didn't have a whole lot of like spare dispensable money around. I shouldn't have really bought a Harley, because I got the Road King last February. I've not even owned the bike a year, I don't think, to the date, but pretty close. And I already broke it down for more than half a year. Yeah, so do I wish that I had taken it to the dealer sooner? Perhaps, but realistically, this was the better financial decision, was to wait until something like tax season, where I knew I was going to get a little bit of money back to cover a cost like this. So, yep, I think I made the right choice. I still have a lot of shit to do for the house. Home ownership is no cheap endeavor. Yeah, I'll get my bike back. I'll be making Harley content, since that performs so much better than any of this Grom stuff. Somebody's making a little pump track. I don't wonder if it's mountain bikes or dirt bikes. Anywho's, but yeah, kind of just wanted to make a video to be like, hey, I'm still around. I'm still making content. I'm not making weekly content right now because I'm just kind of going with the weather. I don't really feel like working out in the garage most days because it's a little too chilly for my likings, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll get back to it soon enough. This winter has been, like I said, warmer than average, but just cold enough that it makes it a little miserable to be, there's some guy out in the field out there randomly. Very strange. Maybe, I don't know that there's hunting season at all. Interesting. Maybe it's a scarecrow. I think it's a little early for scarecrows. Sorry, squirrel moment. I need gas. How soon do I need gas? I wonder. I wonder. Well, I'm pretty sure I went just back up a bar. We've got plenty then. Probably got another 60 miles. Yeah. Again, depending on when this video comes out, maybe I'll edit it, get it up tonight. I don't know. Depending on when it comes out, I will be at Mama Tried and Flat Out Friday this weekend, which was the 23rd, 24th, 25th. That sounds right. I'll be in Milwaukee. Pretty fucking excited about that. Gonna meet up with some friends, do some friend stuff, do some hanging out, do some looking at choppers, and you know, all that stuff. And if you don't go, you're missing out. If you've been before, you already know. Mama Tried show. choppers and stuff. And surprisingly, a lot of attractive people, women and men included. Chopper scenes, this is just a gathering of people that are handsome little devils. Try not to scare this lady's dog. Yeah, Mama tried, so I'm not gonna name everybody I'm meeting up with, but right now the current plan is like Whiskey Chaser, and I think Parker's gonna be there, and I'm going there with Aaron, nothing at random, and Devin from the AZDZ channel. I know we're gonna meet up with a few other folks. I said I wasn't gonna name everybody, but now in my head I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure like Jack and Jack Bueller, and I know obviously Weems will be there, but I know Jack is going with Weems, because Weems has a bike in the show. I don't know if Colleen's going though. Wonder. I don't know. Maybe Kenny Quest. I think he expressed interest in it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who all is there, and I'm sure we'll meet people there as well. So, really looking forward to that. I need a little long weekend away, Milwaukee. Get in some trouble with the boys and ladies. And, yeah, just get out of the winter funk. It's almost spring, baby. Or really, it's at least starting to feel like it. I know we're still probably a little ways off, but not too far. Alright, back to Grom. So, the other thing going on with the Grom that I need to fix, that I probably won't fix, that I just duct taped today because it wanted to get going, was last camp out, I think both of them, but for sure the right rear turn signal got busted off by somebody, probably me, to be honest. They're pretty flimsy and they're not that flush mount. Eventually, maybe I'll do the integrated brake light turn signal mod. Really would love to do that. That would kind of alleviate the need to have those turn signals just dangling out there, and then that sets me up well to do a rear sub cage, stunt cage, what do you call those things? You know what I'm talking about though. Stunting. But I'm not really big into like stunts and wheelies. I just love this little bike and how goofy it is. Pretty sure the clutch is toast. Well, I guess I'll let you in on that little secret then. One of the things I got for the Grom is a new spring kit, like a heavier duty spring clutch kit. And fuck it, if we're just ruining surprises at this point, then the other one is a rear shock, a heavier spring rear shock, because I am not small. And then honestly, the shock on this bike is not terrible. It's not adjustable though. And then I found out when I did 2-up at Forgotten Angels Campout that this thing turns into a pogo stick really fast. So I'll do clutch kit and rear shock, and I still need to install a frame slider. I got the Grom Beardo oil pump. But yeah, expect some Grom content to come into your YouTube feed soon, or maybe not that soon. I'll do it on my own damn time, but ideally I'd like to do some of those mods before Forgotten Angels Campout, because mine will be the only Grom there, because Journey of Jerry, for whatever reason, and I hope it's not a bad reason, but he's not going to be at Forgotten Angels Campout, or at least that's what he says. I don't know if I believe him. Oh yeah, this clutch is good. I think it might just need a lever adjustment too. Everybody that rides this bike complains about the clutch. I know. I'm aware. It came from factory where the engagement is all the way out at the end. So, I didn't do that. I have not fucked with it. This bike still has less than 400 miles on it. That's why I'm out today, because I still need to do brake-in oil on this thing too. I need to do brake-in oil change. on a brand new bike that I've owned for, this one I've almost owned for a year now too, because I got this in April, right after last March camp out. I said, I got to have one. And so I went and got one. It's still a little chilly out today. I'm just in a hoodie, but it's in the 40s, I'm pretty sure, so. I just saw a cop and I did, you know, you look down the speed check, but I remembered I'm on a fucking Grom, so. Yeah, not really speeding. I think maybe 1 or 2 over. He didn't even turn around. We're fine. I do wonder what cops think about these bikes. They probably just think I'm a complete fucking dork on it, like 99% of the population. I don't care. That's fine. You can think I'm a dork. I'm a dork. And it is like a cool, I think as Shade Resurgence said, it's like a cool, hey, look at me, I'm important. I'm not important. I just like to have toys. And I like to share my toys. This is a good toy to share with my friends. So if you're at Forgotten Angels camp out and you want to ride it, if the key is in it, assume you can ride it. You have that on good authority from the owner, me. Yeah. Alright, I do think that there might be something wrong with the clutch, because usually, even uphill, 4th gear is pretty strong, and I can usually pull a little harder than this. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm just dead weight, so I'm not kind to a clutch on a Grom, let's just put it that way. Alright, I'm gonna go get some fuel because the gas station's right there, but I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. Maybe not. I think I am. So if it is, then great. Thank you for hanging out. Make sure to smash like, hit subscribe, do the fun stuff. More updates coming soon. I appreciate you. Big old smooches. Love y'all. Keep it juice.